In Austin, I'm Mark Mullins. The driver behind the wheel of a Leander ISD school bus that crashed earlier this month is no longer with the district. District leaders shared the news with families and staff at Baghdad Elementary in a letter Tuesday. DPS troopers only issued citations and did not charge the driver with any criminal offenses. Investigators have said the driver and several students did not have their seat belts buckled at the time of the crash. In the letter, district officials said its bus drivers will now check every student's seat belt before driving. The NTSB is investigating the cause of that collision. Investigators are looking in at a break-in at a longtime business on South Congress that cost the owner thousands of dollars. This happened at the Habana restaurant near Cumberland Road. Malia Masumoto spoke with the owner, who believes his business was not the only one targeted by those burglars.
Habana, a local Cuban restaurant on South Congress, has been a place for regulars for the last 25 years. But recently, they've had some unwelcome guests.
They knew what they were doing. They were ripping out all my cameras.
That's restaurant owner TJ Williams.
As you can see, we did kind of some repairs right here.
Last Tuesday, he woke up to an upsetting 2 a.m. call.
I got it.
He watched through his surveillance cameras as burglars broke into his family's restaurant.
I saw them leave with the safe in real time. I mean, I was just like, not again.
This camera is one of about 20 that they've had to put in over the years. In the last year alone, they've already had 4 break-ins.
You know, we've kind of made this place almost like a fortress. We've had gates and fences and extra doors and better deadbolts.
Other burglaries have cost them, but this will be their biggest hit yet.
Oh, this break-in alone is probably around $5,000 to $10,000.
In addition to stealing the safe, the burglars also damaged things like a computer, printer, and espresso machine.
I mean, restaurant business is hard in general, but you know, no small business owner should have to worry about this kind of thing.
And Williams believes they're not the only ones.
These appear to be connected to some other burglaries that have been going on locally. I know that up on South Congress, I heard that Joe's and Amy's was hit.
Police tell KVUE officers haven't made any arrests yet, so Williams want to remind other small business owners to keep cash on hand low, install cameras, and report any suspicious behaviors. For now, he's just trying to keep a positive attitude.
That's the only thing you can do. I mean, you fight to protect yourself and your restaurant and your family and be part of the community.
In Austin, Malia Masumoto, KVUE News.
A bill to redraw congressional districts in Texas to benefit Republicans is now heading to the governor's desk, and the NAACP is joining the fight over the new map. The civil rights group filed a motion in federal court asking a judge to block the new use of the new map, claiming it discriminates against voters of color and violates the Voting Rights Act. The new boundaries include significant changes for voters in Austin, Houston, North Texas, and the Rio Grande Valley. Governor Greg Abbott says he plans to sign the bill. On Wednesday, the Texas House approved a bill allowing Texans to buy ivermectin without a prescription. Some people use the anti-parasitic drug to treat COVID, even though the FDA has not approved that usage. House Bill 25 would make ivermectin available behind the pharmacist's counter. And while some question if people should be taking the drug without the approval of a doctor, Republican State Representative Dr. Tom Oliverson, an anesthesiologist from the Houston area, supports the bill.
This drug has a very good safety record and a very good safety profile. There are other medications that are available over the counter, such as famotidine and pantoprazole, which have far more drug-drug interactions and side effects than this does.
The floor debate in the Texas House got heated at times, with even the sergeant-at-arms stepping in to calm things down. Democrat State Rep Rafael Anchia of Dallas unsuccessfully tried to rename HB 25 the Darwin Awards Act.
And the reason I've chosen this illustrious title for this act, named after Charles Darwin, is that, again, no major mainstream medical group has recommended that ivermectin be sold over the counter.
House Bill 25 now goes to the Senate for consideration. If the bill becomes law, the Texas State Board of Pharmacy would set rules for the drug. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in Austin this week. On Wednesday, he joined Governor Greg Abbott for a ceremonial signing of health bills. Secretary Kennedy says the new laws advance his Make America Healthy Again agenda. One bill prohibits SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps, from being used to buy sweetened drinks and candy. Another prohibits schools that participate in the National School Breakfast and Lunch programs from serving foods with additives linked to certain health conditions like obesity. And the last bill requires labeling on products that contain ingredients that are banned in other countries.
And I am so happy that the leadership in this state stepped up, the governor and all these wonderful legislatures, to end this problem. I told President Trump that we are going to end the chronic disease epidemic. We can't do it from Washington.
Secretary Kennedy and the governor meet again Thursday. They'll hold a roundtable discussion with rural health care stakeholders at the Capitol. Tesla is once again expanding its robo-taxi service area, this time to 173 square miles. The expansion comes days ahead of a potential public launch next month. Tesla's ride-hailing service launched in June but is currently limited to invited users with safety monitors on board. CEO Elon Musk says the service could become publicly available in September. The robo-taxis are Model Y vehicles that use cameras instead of LiDAR technology like competitor Waymo. Tesla increased its fleet by 50% and now operates up to 30 vehicles in Austin. The first ever tilt roller coaster called the Circuit Breaker was unveiled at Coda Land Wednesday. It's next to the Circuit of the Americas racetrack. Coda officials say it's a coaster filled with twists and turns, loud music, lights, and speed. Coda officials says it gives people in Austin a chance to stay near home and experience the magic without the long drive.
But we share the mission to give people an opportunity and create a platform for people just to come together with family and friends or make new friends to share a moment of happiness.
The new amusement park will take up to more than 20 acres and have more than 30 rides. Exciting stuff there. Those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.